Why are you sticking with it?
That's a really good question. I just love to tell a good story. I enjoy the process. I enjoy the process of figuring out a character. How do I relate to that character? You know, some people say, oh, if you're an actor, you're just a good liar. Well, no, acting is not lying. Acting is living truthfully in a given imaginary circumstance. And I love the process of figuring out who is this guy? How do I tell this story? And if I can bring something to the screen that people enjoy, that's what makes it worth it to me. Even if a lot of people don't see it, I enjoy the whole process. I enjoy the friends that I've made along the journey and just getting to create. I enjoy creating.
Give me an example of what you just said of a character that you had to get into that role and it changed not only your perception of who you are, but it changed you as an individual. Because most people don't realize that some characters that you're playing can really have a profound effect on your own personal life.
Yeah, that's true. So I did a film in Atlanta. It was a student project. It was a master's thesis that the filmmaker was working on through SCAD in Atlanta. I'm drawing a blank on what SCAD is, but SCAD is among other things, it's a creativity school, filmmaking, and I'm completely drawing a blank on what it stands for. Anyway, the project was about mental illness and having the courage to seek help if you need it. And I played one of the stages of the character. There were three different stages. Two of the other actors were the voices in my head and how I interacted with the world and the way I saw things. And I kept going back to this mental facility trying to seek for help, but the place was closed down, and getting into the mindset of this guy that had an emotional break from reality. Everything that was happening in my world was happening in my head. And I played the version of the character that looked like me, older, long hair, long beard, tattered clothing, living on the streets for who knows how long. And the moral of the story was about seeking help if you need it, because there's a stigma about asking for help when there's mental illness. And it was just trying to shine a light on that. And I had to get into the mindset of this guy that had a break from reality, and it was challenging. It was one of my more challenging auditions and callbacks. And being on set, the director, the filmmaker was just great. He would give me just really good advice on the particular moment in time that I was focused on. And it had a pretty profound impact on me. Coming from the military, you see guys all the time that come back from a deployment just broken. And the culture is you don't ask for help. You don't speak up and let people know that you're struggling with something because, well, you just don't do that. There's just a stigma against it.